Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me, Kelly. And today I got a request from Taylor, and she asked, which I never thought of at the time to do. We're starting our mixed media paint. I'm trying to get this to focus. It's obviously not going to focus. And this is still a little bit wet because I'm doing half gesso, half not to show. So anyway, I'm just going to lay that on there. She wanted to know if we could do if you don't have acrylic paints, which a lot of people don't, if you could use, these are the greatest things in the world, the twistables. I have them, I use them all the time. And watercolor pencils, if you could use that as a background and build a background from there. So obviously you can, and I thought, why not show how to do that? And that's what I'm going to do. I was just thinking, I wanted to make sure this is still a bit wet. Oh my God, I have more stuff here. I'm getting stuff ready for the giveaways. Everything's just falling. Okay. So I'm just going to give this an extra second to dry. I adjusted it down to here, just so you can see the difference, because if you make your own gesso, or you have gesso, I suggest gesso if you're going to use a watercolor pencil or these. But we're going to see what it looks like without, because you definitely don't need it. And this is just the regular, mixed media paper, that I use. You can use, again, you can use your printer paper, watercolor paper, sketch paper, draw paper, whatever. We are going to, I have a long list of things written down that we're going to get to. I just got to get to them. Just seems like my life's out of control lately. We're going to finish our skull doll. And I'm going to talk about that after I'm done with this. I'm just giving this another second. It's a little bit damp still. I'm going to show you two different ways to make your own journal. And we're going to do it with watercolor paper. I'll show you. And then we're going to do it with printer paper for those of you who do not have and cannot afford to go buy. Now, like mixed media paper or watercolor paper, but you can use printer paper. But let me tell you this. If you go to AC Moore right now, they are having, like, I need more of these. My husband's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, this was $5. It's watercolor paper. Now, I have this, these in the mixed media, but I never had these in watercolor. You get all these sheets, 30 sheets of watercolor paper. $5. They have a bin of watercolor paper. And this is the Strathmore mixed media paper, which you get 15 sheets, but really, it doesn't matter. $5 a piece. And they also have, they have everything. Mixed media, drawing, watercolor, Bristol, all kinds. And it's in a big bin as you're walking down the, where all the, I think it's the craft paint and everything. And you'll see them. They're all $5. So if you have an AC Moore by you, go. They also have a coupon online that you can print for 25% off items. So these are just for $5, so you can get 25% off also. So, you go pick yourself up, like the watercolor has 30 sheets of paper in it. This has 15. But if you can't afford, you want to make your own art journal, or you just want to use this as your art journal, you can do that. So, I mean, there's so many things. So if you're able to get to AC Moore, and they also are having, I think they have, is it 50% off or 40 or 50% off, whatever coupon they have this week. You can also print offline, and you can also have it sent to your cell phone. And then when you get there, you just hand them to them and they use it. So you can't beat these. I might even go back and buy 2 more. I don't know. I might, if they're still having it when I go back, I might pick up a mixed media one, either a mixed media or watercolor, and then do a giveaway for somebody, just this, either the mixed media or watercolor. I don't know. I want to thank you guys so much, because you guys are so supportive, and these messages I wake up to are just they are spectacular, and they are so uplifting. And gosh, I've been going through such hell lately, and they're just wonderful. You guys are so freaking wonderful. Okay. Oh, okay, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I could go on forever. Okay, so here's what we want to do. When you're going to use watercolor, like we're doing our mixed media, and you saw our one mixed media, the video prior to this, that, where I discuss me doing prizes, or giveaways rather. And then actually I edited it. I don't know how I did it. I don't know if I ever can do it again, but I edited my first page of the mixed media process that we're doing. Go me. Okay, so let's just, and I did it with paint. So if you don't have paint, I picked 4 colors out of the Twistables. I picked purple, blue, yellow, and silver. These are my lighter color. These are my darker colors. So I picked 2 darker colors, 2 lighter colors. You pick whatever you want. And then I'm going to do green. I don't know what color this is. Looks like a red. I already have a blue, which doesn't really matter. You can pick whatever colors. I'm just kind of looking for an orange, if I can find me an orange. And we'll do a dark. We'll do a dark blue, maybe. That's a lighter blue. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Okay. So this is where we're going to start. And then you have your water with your brushes in them. So I'm going to set these aside for a minute. And we're going to take these. Now, what I'm going to do is, you can see right here is kind of where my gesso ends. Up here is gessoed, down here is not. So we're going to see the difference of what you get. So we're just going to lightly... And remember, this does not, you're not going to coat it. You don't have to coat it so it's, so no paper underneath comes through. It's okay if white comes through the bottom. It doesn't matter. So you just take your colored pencils and just go wherever you want to go. And this is going to be, once we're done with this. Now, if you're smart and you feel like thinking, which I never like to think. I like to just do. But some people are thinkers. You can pick colors that would blend into other colors. Like if I did a yellow, and you know what I mean? Like a yellow and blue, it would make green. So on here you would have like cool, you know, cool different colors. Then you just can go back. Okay, so now we're going to take our brush. You want it to be wet, 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 wet. And we're going to go. I hope you guys can see this. Let me see if I can move this down without knocking everything down. Because we all know when I touch things, everything falls. Now, here we go. And just paint. If you want to rinse off your brush so it doesn't mix colors, be my guest. You know, I always like to start light to darker. I didn't in this case, should have, but I should do a lot of things and I don't. Now this is the gessoed piece. So I'm going to go over these green pieces. Turn your brush over, like if you're getting towards the end and you don't want to rinse it yet. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll go in and do my brush again, and I'm just going to give it a dab off on a paper towel, not much. And we'll do the blue here. And we'll do the blue here. And we'll do the blue here. And we got some orange there. So you can see how it blends. Oh, no. Water, then I'm wiping my brush off like... Never mind. It's called not thinking. So this is just regular watercolor pencil. You can use your Crayolas. These are the Reeves you can get at Michael's. I'm sure AC Moore has them. But whatever brand, Crayola works just as good. Turn your brush over when you're getting towards the end. And there we go. Now, if you look at this and you're like, okay, I want it to kind of have a more of a blend, you know, more blendy. And I'm not digging because I'm missing some of the red up here. Go over it with this. Oh, it's a purple color. I'm colorblind, sorry, but I could see that it's not coming out like the red. Go over it again. Okay, if you want it a little darker, but remember, we're going over with the Crayola, so nothing in this section is going to be wrong. Whatever you do, if you want to use one color, if you want to use two colors, if you want to use 6 colors, it's all up to you. Nothing is ever wrong. And you're going to see as we go on. Now, if you want to paint because you want it to blend more, go up and down. If you want it to look more blendy. See how I'm doing? And look how cool that background is. Now I'd like a little bit more green. So I'm just going to go in here with a little bit more green. But it's kind of wet and it's kind of, you know, you get to a point you should probably let it dry. But I'm just going to go in because I want a little bit more green. Is it a big deal? No. And then I'm just going to kind of take my brush with whatever water is left on it and go over it. Okay, now this is the gessoed side. You see how nice that works. Now, while that dries, I'm going to turn it to the ungessoed side and we're going to do the same thing. And I'm just going to do my... just so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Now, if, like I said, if you want to be very, you know, really get that nice and push hard and, you know, really get that color in there and be, you know, very perfect about it, go for it. Not perfect because none of us are perfect, but you know what I mean. Better than me. I just love the messiness of it, the no thought that goes into it. And then I'm going to do my green. Oh, I was like, why isn't it working? I'm using, it needs sharpened. But that's okay. Okay, so now we have that. And maybe I'll put some green in here. See what we get there. Now we're going to take our brush again. Rinse it out. Just going to give it a little pat dry. And let's go over. I'm going to do darker colors first. So this way you can see if you don't have gesso and it's not a big deal. I like using gesso, but you don't have to, as you can see. I mean, look how good that's coming. Let's do our green. That blue come out beautiful. Look how dark. And I'll show you the difference, what the gesso does in a second. I'm just going to go over it, go down like we did. And then I'll show you the gesso difference, and then you can decide whether it bothers you or not. It doesn't bother me. It's just, I want to show you two different ways. Because I know me, and I know how I would be, like if I asked, can you use watercolor pencils and da-da-da-da-da, and somebody did it, and then I forgot to ask, should I gesso it? Should I not? You know what I'm saying? So let's go up. Now, the only difference, I don't know if you can really see it. The gesso does make it lighter. The gesso's up here. You can see it's more of a watercolor look, which is watercolor. But you can see down here where I didn't gesso, it is much darker. However, you can see the lines. Now, it's mixed media. Do we care about these lines? No, you don't. Nobody cares about it. And I'm just going to make this one page as I continue on. But I wanted to show you the difference. So this gives you a lighter kind of look, and you can always go over these and make them a little bit darker if you want. Like if I go over this, let's just say, and go over the blue. Just to show you. And it depends on like how hard you push and how, you know, what you do there. But it like floats more on top. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not soaking into the paper. This is going to be more of a purple now that I didn't wipe the brush, but who cares? But do you see it like floats on top? We just made a purple, a darker purple. So it doesn't soak into the paper. Where here it soaks into the paper, obviously. And this is mixed media paper, so, you know, it's okay. And it is a little bit better than if you use printer paper, which would really soak in. But that's the difference. This soaks right in, but you do get you see the pigment. It's very pigmented. And then this gives you more of the watercolor look where we've gessoed. I hope that makes sense. So either way is fine. It depends on what you like, what look you have, if you have gesso, if you feel like gessoing. You know, it's completely up to you. Okay. So now we have this, and we have our pencils, and I'm going to put my pencils away before I lose them. I go nuts looking for them, which I should get in the habit of doing with everything, because if you saw my desk right now, you would die. Okay, so I'm going to hit this very quickly with the heat gun. This side will dry faster because it soaks into the paper. And again, not a big deal. And you don't need it completely dry. You just kind of want to give it a little bit of help. And if you're doing this with this torn out, which is usually how I do it, it might curl up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So nothing went through the back. It's very good. Okay, so now we're going to use our Crayola Twisties. And I'm going to use them all over the pages. All over the pages. Now we have this kind of design, which is if we did paint. Now we're just going to take some, and we're just going to do some random coloring. Do our silver. Which doesn't add too much right now, but it's not a big deal. It's just a light color. Do some yellow. Oh, my yellow's almost gone. I gotta get my other things. And you can even put it on the color, you know, the yellow or whatever you have there to make it a little bit brighter. And then we have our blue. And our blue we'll do here. And we'll do a little bit of blue here. And maybe here. Now you can go in with your finger. And you can rub. Look how cool that is. You don't have to use a wet paintbrush. It's really cool like this. So remember that. That gives you extra, you know, another way to use it. Or you could use a wet paper towel and do the same and give it more of a vintagey look, and it spreads it. Now we'll take our paintbrush, same deal like with the paintbrush, with the watercolor pencils, and you just go on and you just add. You're just adding color. That's all we want. And if you want to go in with your finger a little bit and push a little harder. I'm using a bigger brush so it's not as stiff. But I love getting my hands and everything in there. But, I mean, awesome looking. Let's go in the blue. This is the non-gessoed side. you'll notice little, and this is okay, you'll see little pieces of the paper peeling up, as you can see on my finger. And that's just because there's no, you know, once it gets wet so long. This is our gray. Gray goes good. It mixes in there really good. And our yellow. Yellow looks great. You can wet it a little bit. Use your finger if you want. If not, just use your... Okay, now let's go on our gessoed side and see. It definitely blends better on the gesso side. Does it matter? No. I'm just showing you your options. I don't have any, I mean, look how pretty that is. You don't have any of the lines. You have the beautiful. I don't have any stencils here because you could do the, use your colored pencils or these twistable slick sticks and use them in stencils too. But look how pretty. And this is on the gessoed side. So you're getting, I mean, it's blending and mixing beautifully. I would be happy with either side. This is our silver. Which is hard to tell. I probably, you know, that's a hard color because it's so much lighter. Here's our yellow. Look at that, how pretty. And there you go. So, slick sticks on gessoed paper. Or if you don't have gesso and you want this look, put white acrylic paint down first. Put your paper or whatever you're using and cover the whole thing with white acrylic paint. You can go to AC Moore, buy their store brand, Craft Smart, I believe it's called, for like 49 cents. Buy a white one and use that as your gesso. And just paint it all white. Because what essentially it does is it helps nothing absorb into the paper. Where you can see this absorbs into the paper. But you get a much smoother with the Crayola slick sticks, a much better look. So, I mean, these are like $6.99 or something. Use your coupon. And these are so worth having. And I think they come in 10 colors or something. And these are so worth having when you can't afford all the acrylic paints. So, Taylor, that was for you. This is a big success. This will be a background for something else I do. So you just leave it dry, and then we're going to move on to the next part in another day or so. Very quickly, I have bought, I'm going to do 2 giveaways. If you guys are still with me here, I don't know. And this is what to start. I'm giving away the clear cast because everybody wants the amazing clear cast, which is dries clear, the resin. And Mold Putty, that's going to be one giveaway. And the other giveaway I have so far, I'm giving a coffin box. I'm giving these Martha Stewart decoupage cute. I mean, these are like adorable. Can you see like what comes in it? Use those on mixed media and glue them. I bought tons of these when they came out because I love them. I put them on my mixed media pieces and background, and you'll see as we continue on our thing, you will get, this is so far anyway, you'll get this washi tape, and then the mustache and that. You will get, this is 2 packs of these. I love putting these on paintings and in my art journal. You get 2 packs. They're the Adhesive Rhinestones. So you get like all these little pieces you can use and the one piece and everything. And you get 2 of those, 2 packages of those. Got stamps. Oops, knocking everything over. Got stamps. Butterfly. Little bird. Another little butterfly. Got a little acrylic block for your little stamps. So when you stamp, you have a nice acrylic block. And I just couldn't pass this up. This was so cute. Butterflies, ladybugs, dragonflies. You got a little spider down there. So how cute is that? So that's going to be for the other giveaway. I think that's all that's in here right now. Oh, and then you get, you get your black and brown marker. And right now, that is it. I got a few more things I'm going to get for that. Put in there. But I thought I'm going to do, everybody's saying 2 giveaways. So I also have a, which I have to get, I have, actually, oh, here it is right here. I knew I brought it up. This is a fabric paint cannon, but I don't use it as a fabric paint cannon. I use it as, and what you do is, you mix, you know how we make our own sprays, and you can use like glitter, acrylic paint, or not glitter, what's it called? Yeah, I guess it's called glitter acrylic paint. I don't know. Or acrylic paint, or whatever you want, food coloring, to make your own sprays. So what you do is you put it in here, and then you put the lid on. Then you put this on, and you pump it and pump it and pump it, and then you spray. So you get this really cool, you can, it's supposed to be graffiti, but it's really cool. So you're making your own spray. So you're not doing a pump like you would a normal pump, like a normal water bottle. It's coming out in like a spray can kind of thing. So freaking cool. I'll have to do a demo on it, but you're getting this too. And I've not used it before. It's for me, like, it looks a little dirty around here. It's just because I had it stored. And I wanted to do a giveaway on it, and I just haven't done it, and I had it down there. So I thought, I'm putting that in there because that is fun for anybody. So that's going in the giveaway too. Never used. And then the other one, like I said, will be the amazing clear cast and the amazing low putty. So I'll set those up and do that. Also, I decided I'm going to do my guy, and I'll probably put it on speed when I do it, like fast, so I don't talk through it and waste you guys' time. I want to make him, I'm going to make him stand up, and I'm going to make him like fat in a way, like a fatty kind of body. I'm not going to make him really creepy in a sense. He's going to be, I think, that's what I'm thinking about. It's just giving him like a body and not doing the ribs and all that. Or if I do the ribs, let them just show through a little bit. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm very excited because I had this idea and I think I might do it. And then he can just stand on a stand and be all cool. And I'm still going to paint him white and do all that and leave his face the way it is, but he's just going to be like this, like, bizarre looking thing, and I'm so excited. And that's about it. So I hope, Taylor, that this helped you, and I hope that you all have a great day. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.